Hey you guys, welcome again to another review of Wrestling Superfans. Today we will be discussing what transpired at Monday Night Raw. I am here with Flo, Z, SBX, and Double C. Double C is a new member here, so you guys can go check out his channel, link will be in the description, but he's a new member here. So, last night's Raw was pretty interesting, so let's just begin. The first thing that happened at Monday Night Raw was Alberto Del Rio giving a promo about, about how he's not respected and everything. And then CM Punk comes out and challenges him. Basically what we saw is Alberto Del Rio turning heel and CM Punk turning face because CM Punk started talking about how he didn't like how Paul Heyman called him a client. Basically, we saw the face CM Punk and Alberto Del Rio heel. Flo, what'd you think of this promo and basically of CM Punk face and the Rio heel?
Well, to be honest, in my personal point of view, I really believe that Alberto Del Rio is the true heel. Like, he was the heel from the beginning when he had debuted with the cars and everything, turned face for a little while, and sort of gotten the fans' reaction, but this suddenly turned on him. And CM Punk turning face again, to be honest, I don't really care about CM Punk's status. I don't care if he's a heel, face, tweener, but at least he's an honest person, and he speaks the truth, and that's all pretty much I gotta say.
Yeah. SBX, what do you think of this promo and W heel as CM Punk face?
Well, it was a decent promo, I have to say. And Alberto Del Rio is, I guess, heel now. Because, at first he was an okay face for a while. And plus him winning the WWE Championship, defeating Dolph Ziggler. To be honest, though, I thought the match between CM Punk and Alberto Del Rio was okay till Dolph Ziggler came out. Well, let's talk about the match later, but, the whole promo was pretty decent. But I can't say that on Alberto Del Rio he's the best, but as far as CM Punk goes, I say he's the best as well. So, yeah, it was a decent promo. Like, as far as CM Punk goes, it's glad to see him face again.
Yeah. Double C, what do you think of this promo and Del Rio heel and face?
I have to agree with Flo. I really don't care about this CM Punk status because he's good either way, and he acts the same way pretty much every time. So, or like every gimmick he has. But I think it's better to have Alberto as a heel. And then I hope he's a better heel than even a better heel than before. Maybe be more aggressive like what we saw at Payback. He was just more aggressive Alberto Del Rio than we've ever seen before. So I thought it was a pretty good promo. But to me it doesn't really matter about CM Punk, and I think Alberto should stay heel.
Yeah. I really think that Del Rio turn heel is good. I said it before and I said it again, but I think that Del Rio does his best work as a heel. CM Punk face or heel, I like him either way. CM Punk, I said it before, but CM Punk, I don't personally believe that there is no heel Punk or face Punk, because CM Punk is one of the most honest wrestlers in the company. So I really like him either way. So yeah, other than that, the promo was good. I liked what they did, and yeah, so that's what I have to say. Moving on, CM Punk tells Paul Heyman he doesn't want him in ringside anymore. Just a quick thing I have to say. CM Punk doesn't need him. I mean, he's good without him. That's all I gotta say. Well,
Yeah, I totally agree with Punk on that one because, Punk feels that he wants to accomplish everything on his own. He pretty much don't need a shadow to, like help him out with his matches and everything, just basically interfere because I think. In my personal opinion, Punk rather be winning matches on his own and winning championships by himself with no help at all, So that's pretty much what I gotta say. And Punk wants to do his own thing.
SBX, what do you think of this?
Well, CM Punk is already good without Paul Heyman. So, I mean, for example, he carried the WWE Championship belt for almost a year, and he did all his success by himself. So, it's whatever, basically. Regardless, Paul Heyman got new people on his hand, and, CM Punk don't need that. I feel like he's his own person. He can be successful with and without Paul Heyman, so it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah. Double C, what you think of this about Paul Heyman not being in the ringside of CM Punk anymore?
I think it's better for Punk to be by himself because he's good on the mic. Anyways, just like in general, he's very good on the mic, so he doesn't need anyone like talking trash for him or anything like that. He can do his own thing, and I think it was a good call separating them, and that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, CM Punk doesn't really need, he doesn't need Paul Heyman. Moving on, we get a surprise return of Christian going against Wade Barrett. What did you guys think about Christian returning? What did you guys think of the match? Start the show.
Well, what I think of Christian's sort of shocking return, and he put up a good match, since he was sidelined for months with a shoulder injury, and that's great to have Christian back. He might go after the Intercontinental Champion, in the future, and who knows. That's all pretty much I gotta say.
SBX.
Well, I think, it's good to see Christian back in the ring. It's been a minute since he had his shoulder injury. But, it could be Christian's chance to get a shot for the Intercontinental Championship, like a number one contenders match, if anybody who wants to compete for it. But I think Christian should be number one contender for the match to defeat Kurt Axel. But, as far as the match goes with him and Wade Barrett, it was pretty decent to see him back 100%. Because we all know Christian has been in the Attitude Era, and he's a veteran of the TLC matches for a long time. So, I think, Christian, like I said, Christian is a veteran, and if I want to see him go against Kurt Axel, and I hope that when it happens, I hope he wins or retain the Intercontinental Championship. But as far as that match go with Wade Barrett and Christian, I mean, it was decent. Becky actually did a wise choice to bring him back.
Yeah, Double C, what do you think of this?
I thought it was great to see Christian back. I did not expect it at all, because normally whenever someone, a big name like that is returning, you already hear about it, like, before the show even starts, so it, like, ruins the surprise, because most people, whenever they return, like, they've been spotted in the same city or something like that, and then it kind of ruins the surprise. And that didn't happen with Christian. Or at least I didn't see it happen. And I thought it was really cool to see him back. He still was good in the ring, and I thought he did very good in the ring. And I want him to go either for the Intercontinental Championship or possibly a World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah.
But that's all I gotta say.
Yeah. I really liked how Christian came back. I mean, we all missed Captain Charisma. It was quite a shocking moment for everyone, seeing him return. I really didn't see any ring rust in him. He was perfectly fine. He looked like he was doing good in the ring. His moves were great. He looked like he really recovered on that shoulder. The match, it was decent. I mean, yeah, it was just entertaining seeing Captain Charisma back. But I really think that Christian should go for the World Heavyweight Championship because if I'm not sure, he was only champion for 2 days, right?
Yeah. After he won it at
Yeah.
Extreme Rules South
So
Mountain.
yeah. So I really think he should go against Del Rio. So yeah, that's just my opinion. All right, moving on. Next up, it was Damian Sandow and Cody Rhodes against Sheamus in a handicap match. Flo, what did you think of this match?
What? And to my personal point of view, I don't really care too much about this match. It's pretty much a mid card, I really thought Sheamus going to put it off, and Sandow got him with the roll up, and that was pretty much it and over. And Sheamus hit Cody's Rhodes with the bro kick out of anger. So I didn't really care too much about this match. I just didn't pay attention. It was just like a mid card. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. SBX.
Well, I just thought the match was a little bit boring because Team Scholar was going to do a handicap match against Sheamus. Because to be honest, I don't like Team Scholars. They're a bunch of faggots. And I personally think Sheamus did his thing. Brew kicked but I mean, even though he didn't win, it was still a boring ass match as always. But it's whatever. It is what it is. That's just a jobber thing.
Double C, what do you think of this?
I really didn't pay attention to this match. Just like Flo said, I didn't have any interest towards this match. I really didn't care about it. It was boring to me. I was surprised whenever Team Road Scholars won, because that was a little bit unpredictable. It's good that they're being a little bit more unpredictable, but I really didn't care about this match, so that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, as far as for me, I really think that I really didn't care about this match at all either. I mean, it's like SBX said, it's like a jobber move for Cody Rhodes and Sandow. What really worries me is that I hope Cody Rhodes doesn't put on that stupid mask again, because you saw him holding his nose at the end of the match, like he broke it. So I hope that doesn't happen again. I mean, that was the stupidest shit that they ever came up with. As far as it goes, yeah. This match, I didn't care about it. Sheamus just, even though he loses, he'll always just bro kick someone. So yeah. Next was Randy Orton versus Daniel Bryan in a no disqualification match. Flo, your thoughts, your opinions?
Well, it was a pretty alright, decent match because they pretty much Randy pretty much took Bryan to the limits, until at the end of the match, Bryan gotten hurt and he wanted to forfeit the match, and that was Cliff Button the winner. And then right after the match, he pretty much helped Cody Rhodes up, shook his hand, hugged him, kissed him on the forehead out of respect, which it was a little funny, and that was it. That's all I gotta say.
Cody Rhodes or Daniel Bryan?
Oh, I mean Daniel Bryan. I'm sorry.
Daniel Bryan?
Daniel Bryan. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah. SBX, what do you think of this?
Well, it was an okay fight. I just thought I would have lost. Last a little bit. But, however, shocked to see Daniel Bryan got hurt for a bit. But And I understand the whole mutual respect thing, but I can't take it seriously on that kissing him in the forehead thing. That's kind of gay. But as far as that goes, it was an alright match, I guess.
Yeah. Double C?
I really was expecting a lot more from this match than what we got and what we saw. It wasn't as good as it seemed like it was going to be. And then, towards the end, while Daniel Bryan was outside of the ring hurt and everything, I thought it was the perfect time to turn him heel, because it would be just that easy to make it, change it into a storyline where Orton's turning heel and he just RKO's him, even though he's hurt. He acts like he's gonna be all friendly and then he RKO's him. I thought that would have been the perfect moment, but that didn't happen. And about the kissing on the forehead, I think that's just more PG bullshit, and I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, as for me, this match was decent. I mean, Daniel Bryan got a little injured, so we'll see what goes on. I think it was a perfect moment for Randy Orton to turn heel. But, they kept him face. And Daniel Bryan right now, he's not a heel or a face. He's a twinner, He's a twinner. He didn't like him, even though he's kind of a bad guy. I don't know. It's annoying. Either way, this match was decent. I really did not need to see that stupid forehead kiss. I mean, that was just PG bullshit. We didn't need to see that. That's just stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, they would never do that in the Attitude Era. Never. Next up, AJ Lee and Stephanie McMahon argue in the ring, and then Caitlyn attacks AJ. We get a little nip slip. Biggie Langston carries AJ away. Alright, Flo, I know you love this. What do you think?
Well, to my point of view, when AJ Lee and Stephanie McMahon was in the ring together, AJ was basically owning Stephanie McMahon, saying instead of me dating superstars, why not I marry one? And that's when she really pushed Stephanie McMahon into the limit, and that's when Stephanie got on her and got back to her, and that's what intimidated AJ just a little tiny bit, and that's when the other divas came out and Stephanie McMahon got on them and said not to interrupt them no more. And that's when Caitlyn, however, just had enough with AJ's bullshit and just attacked at her, and they catfighting. That's when Biggie Langston pulled AJ off on Caitlyn, took the divas title, walked away, and that's when the little surprise came out. I mean, wow. Woo. Didn't really see that one right there, man. That was just wow. Happened on a PG show like that, man. That was a bit of a surprise right there. That's all pretty much I gotta say though.
SBX, what'd you think of this?
Whoa, Papa Molly, I'm sweating. Woo. Well, the beginning when AJ was showing her, saying how much it feels good to be a champion and blah blah blah. Stephanie did her thing, got on her on how AJ was pretty much a bad example of a woman, how they act as far as being a manipulative slut and all that, like how she fell in love with Daniel Bryan, Kane, CM Punk, and Cena. And now she's with Dolph Ziggler and all that. So, I just thought, they both got in each other's backs for a minute. Then Caitlyn came out of nowhere and just, talk her shit. And, I feel like I feel for her. In the end, Caitlyn literally beat the shit out of AJ, crawling down on the floor or whatever. Biggie Langston just came to the rescue and picked up AJ while she was all crazy and being retarded. So yeah, the the nip slip was something else. Like, damn, her titties looked like looked like a porn star titty. Like, it was all tan, nice, looked like gumball stuck in her chest. I mean, damn. And it's perky too. It kind of reminds me of how Janet Jackson had her nip slip at the Super Bowl a few years back. Like, it's deja vu already. But as far as that goes, that was epic. That's something PG era would never could have understand. But instead they want to see some bunny rabbits and clowns and rainbows and shit instead of hot women and real crazy ass wrestling at its best. So that's all I gotta say.
Yeah. Yeah. Double C, what you think of this?
I thought the promo was okay. I thought it was pretty cool to see Stephanie coming out there and talking some trash to AJ. I thought that was pretty cool. And then afterwards, Caitlyn came out with all these other divas, and Caitlyn just beat the hell out of AJ. And I thought that was pretty cool. I thought it was pretty cool seeing Biggie Langston come out there and take AJ back, because she does that whole screaming thing, and she's just so good at acting like she's really furious and pissed off. And then afterwards, we saw Caitlyn on TV, and we got a little surprise that we haven't seen in a while, which was pretty alright. I approve of that. Double thumbs up. I want to see more. I wish we could, but fuck PG.
Alright, as far as it goes, the promo of AJ, she did good on the mic. I don't know about you guys, but I expected Karma to come out. Just to shut her up or something. Yeah, and I want her to too. I want her to shut her up. Stephanie McMahon coming into the ring, AJ Lee just dissing her and basically just offending her. AJ Lee's pretty good on the mic, I'm not gonna lie. She's alright, and then Stephanie McMahon, getting in her face and everything, because Stephanie McMahon, she's a tall woman, so and compared to AJ, and Stephanie McMahon, she can kick a lot of ass. So she basically owned the Divas division. But as far as it goes, and then Caitlyn coming out with all the divas, I think Caitlyn really needs to work on her mic skills a little bit more. It's just kind of drew me off, something like that. We saw her attack AJ. We saw Biggie Langston coming out there, the jobber that he is, saving AJ and Lynn leaving. And then we saw Caitlyn's pink little nip slip. We saw a little bit there. Very entertaining. It was even trending worldwide. You know how WWE always puts, Sheamus trending worldwide, Raw trending worldwide. I was surprised they didn't put Caitlyn nip slip trending worldwide or something, because it was. Other than that, props to you, Caitlyn. Thank you for giving that little mistake, and thank you for letting us see that. I know Flo loved it.
I applaud you.
Yeah. Alright. Next up, it was Kane against Dean Ambrose. Kane defeated Dean Ambrose in a disqualification. Then the Shield attacks Kane. Flo, what'd you think of this?
I didn't really care anything at all about that match. It's just basically a rematch from last night at Payback, and I kind of knew that the Shield was going to come out and interfere and causing the disqualification anyway, so I didn't really pay it too much. I didn't really pay any attention at all about that match. That match was just nothing. That's all I gotta say.
SBX?
Well, I agree on low on that. I think that match was already so predictable and cliche. How Kane lost his chance to win the United States Championship against Dean Ambrose, and I think the Shield always got to play that bitch move in the end, doing this whole disqualification attack, and in the end, I think the Shield did it on purpose to have their shine a little bit more. But Vicky was about to do something until Vince McMahon came out of nowhere and congratulate them like a proud parent, and kissing their ass and lying on their dicks. So it was whatever, basically. It is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Double C, what you think of this?
I didn't really care about the match at all. It was really just a waste of time. It was pretty much, I believe it was probably just to fill in time because there wasn't enough stuff on the card. So they had to just throw this random match in there to fill up some time. And I didn't care about this match. I hardly even watched any of it. And what I did watch it was pretty much just the same stuff that we saw on Payback. So there was no point in it, and I didn't understand the rematch, why they would have a rematch the night after. But that's what I gotta say.
Yeah, as far as it goes for me, the match, I didn't care about it at all. It makes no fucking sense how they put it right after Payback. So, I didn't care about it. I knew the Shield was going to attack Kane. I knew it because Shield, that's what they do. Like SBX says, they do that bitch move that I always do. But, as far as it goes, I really think that the Shield being champions are pretty good, but that was just a pointless match. I didn't care about it at all. I really hope that Kane turns heel soon because seeing him as this baby face and this good guy that every little kid can love is just stupid. Every little kid is supposed to be scared of Kane. I don't know about you guys, but I remember in the Attitude Era, Kane was a monster. Everybody was scared of him, just like they were scared of The Undertaker.
Yep.
Yep.
And now it's pathetic seeing Kane, But, yeah, that's all I gotta say for that. Next up, we get a new surprise. Antonio Cesaro comes out with a new manager, Zeb Coulter, against William Regal, who we haven't seen in a long time. He really let himself go, and he defeated him. Well, what'd you think of this whole thing?
That's been a long time ever since we saw William Regal on TV. I mean, that dude just gotten chubby. He just gotten real chubby, and then jobbing him out to Antonio Cesaro, and Antonio Cesaro is, I'm gonna say and think that he's a temporary manager he's had a temporary manager of Zed Colton, while Jack Swagger is out with a hand injury, but at the same time Jack Swagger also has to face some charges from his recent arrest from back in February. But I didn't really care too much about this match. It was just basically a jobber thing, what William Regal was doing, so I didn't really care.
SBX?
Well, I agree on Lorenzo. It's just a jobber match, basically, and it's good to see William Regal back. But William is not the same guy that we knew back in the days when he been of SmackDown, and it's just I knew he was going to lose anyways against a jobber, and I feel like I just didn't really care for the match because you're dealing with two hypocrites who claim that they're Americans, but instead you bash about it. They make a prime example of why America is what it is today. But the whole point is, like what I was saying, the match was just dull, and until they made a new flag and saluted like it was just the Pledge of Allegiance and whatever like that, and put the flag on top of William Regal, like it's like some type of body bag or something like that. But it's whatever. The match was boring as fuck. It makes me want to fall asleep right now.
Alright, Double T, what you think of it?
Well, I thought that it was good seeing William Regal, even though every time he comes back he faces someone just to put him over. But it was still good to see him. He doesn't look in the best shape. He doesn't look in shape at all. It has been a while since we've seen him, and he has gotten pretty chubby, and it was an alright match, I guess. It wasn't really that good, but I did not understand Zeb Coulter being the manager of Antonio Cesaro now, because it really doesn't make much sense for Antonio Cesaro to be acting like, saying stuff like "we the people" and acting like Jack Swagger, saluting America and everything like that. I think it's just really stupid, because his whole gimmick whenever he first came in, which is what made him a really good heel, was he would just talk shit about Americans and America itself, and that was like the main thing. Now he's acting like he wants to be an American. He's saluting and doing the Pledge of Allegiance, and it's just stupid. I don't really understand it.
Yeah. Zeb Coulter is a good manager. I just really think it's stupid how they put Antonio Cesaro, who's not even American, as his manager. I mean, come on. Even, he said that, Zeb Coulter said he doesn't like immigrants. And yet, we know that Antonio Cesaro is an immigrant, so it doesn't make any sense to put him as the manager of him. It's just stupid. It's a dumbass move by WWE. And then, don't you think it's funny how WWE does this? Because when you saw Jack Swagger and Zeb Coulter talking, when they would talk about politics. And have you noticed that the only reason they put Zeb Coulter is so they can talk about politics, about what the McMahon family really believes in? Yeah. That's just stupid. Don't you think so, Flo?
Yeah, man. That would make absolutely no sense at all. What politics has to do with wrestling? It's wrestling, man. It's supposed about entertaining people.
Yeah, they make the even their own clients, like their own superstars, talk about politics in wrestling, just because I think that one of the McMahons is running for office, right, or something like that.
His wife Linda, she's running for Congress again next year.
So it makes perfect sense why they're doing that, and it's just stupid. I mean, they're stupid.
Yep.
But William Regal coming back, it's great to see William Regal, but I really think he should just retire. That guy is out of shape. He's losing his breath. And just put him in the Hall of Fame. Just put him in the Hall of Fame. Yeah. Up next, after John Cena makes a promo of, "I never give up," blah, 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 Then Mark Henry comes out. He fakes his retirement speech, best actor of the year, and attacks John Cena. Well, what do you think of this whole madness?
I mean, I kind of knew that it was going to happen, that when Mark Henry told John Cena not to go anywhere because he has a lot to say to him, the audience and the people in the back, and he started faking crocodile tears, which was awesome acting right there on my part, and then when Mark Henry... And it was about time Mark Henry was about to say goodbye. Him and John Cena embraced. They about to hug each other, and that's when he hit John Cena with the world's strongest slam, and he fooled everybody. Me and my brother saw it coming. He was just planning that just to fool people, And he's targeting John Cena and his WWE title too at the Money in the Bank.
Yeah, SBX, what do you think of this?
Well, I think that the John Cena Don't Give Up thing was really cheesy, like always. Even though he's just being a show off. But then when Mark Henry came through with his little pink suit on, looking like Kirby, and his little tight ass pants, I know he can't even walk through them shits. But at first he kind of fooled me for a minute because I had a feeling that it's a setup. So when he said to John Cena, just wait for a minute, I got something to tell you. Him talking about his family and his goals and how he had fun, had a great career in the WWE and all that crazy shit. And then, I kind of had a feeling that, when John Cena was about to hug Mark Henry, and, let's go before that. And then carried the title back because Mark Henry never won the WWE Championship at all. But the whole point is that when Mark Henry was about to hug John Cena, next thing you know, he did the world's strongest slam on him and fooled everybody. It'd be like, side, thought you had a friend, and he fooled everybody. He kind of fooled me, but then again, I had my suspicion, and pretty much my suspicion was right. I don't think he's ready to retire yet. You know what I'm saying? Because he has a little bit more energy left. I don't think Triple H is ready to retire yet. Well, he was about to leave, but he didn't. Same as Mark Henry goes. Those are the Attitude Era guys. Those are the ones who have more strength in them left for a good 10 years or so. But as far as that goes, for Money in the Bank, I guess John Cena had to go against Mark Henry for the WWE Championship. And we'll see what's going to happen.
All right, Double C, what do you think of all this? Double C?
I thought this was a really good promo. I thought it was very, very good acting by Mark Henry. I don't know how he made himself cry like that, and it was so believable, and it was just very awesome. And I don't think Henry should retire before he gets, until he gets the WWE Championship. I think he deserves it at least once. He's been there for so long. I think he deserves it because I believe he's earned it, and that's all I gotta say.
Yeah. As for me, when I really hate John Cena's promos, I've never give up. Whoever wants him gets all that PG bullshit that I hate. And then when Mark Henry told John Cena to stay, I was like, oh, this is bullshit, And I love how he fake cried, he kind of fooled me for a little bit. And then when he attacked John Cena, I was like, here we go, payback. We're gonna see Money in the Cena. I'd say, yeah, that's all I gotta say, really. Next up, this is so stupid. Chris Jericho defeats Heath Slater. Flo?
To be honest with you, I didn't really care anything at all about this match because it's just basically a jobbers thing. Jericho hitting Heath Slater with the code breaker, winning the match, and then other 3MB members starting to attack Chris Jericho, hit both of those code breakers on them as well. So there was no big thing. I didn't pay no attention to it. That's pretty much I gotta say. Nothing.
FVX?
Well, it was the attack of the jobbers for Chris Jericho, and for Keith Slater, he's pretty much the biggest lame in the WWE. So when they try to ambush Chris Jericho, everybody got at least a code breaker each, and pretty much throw them out there like a soft potato. Match was whatever. Chris Jericho is an Attitude Era veteran. Plus, he was a former undisputed champion. So him versus some jobbers are clearly someone or something that you don't want to go against. They don't mix at all. That's like putting chocolate into water and you expect something to taste good. But to me, Chris Jericho is one of the best WWE superstars in the Attitude Era days. So, I mean, those jobbers got what they deserve, and the match was whatever to me.
Double C.
Yeah.
I really didn't understand this match. I didn't understand the point of it. I didn't understand why it even happened. There was really no point. There was nothing going on between Heath Slater and Jericho, or even 3MB and Jericho. So there was really no point. It was probably just like I said with the Kane and Daniel Bryan match. It was probably just to fill in time for Raw because there wasn't enough stuff on the card. But I really didn't even really pay attention to this match. There wasn't any point in it, and I wasn't interested.
As for me, I didn't get the meaning of this match. This match was just pointless. I mean, it's a jobber against one of the greatest of all time. That's just ridiculous. Of course, we all going to win. So, it was pointless. It was stupid. I didn't like it. And that's all I really got to say about it. I mean, WWE, what the hell, That we didn't need to see that shit. Next up, Curtis Axel defeats Sin Cara. Flo, your thoughts, your opinions?
This match was like pretty much nothing to me because Sin Cara is basically jobbing now. He's not like the wrestler that he used to, because when he was wrestling back in Mexico, he had great moves, and now he's just always botching now. And Curtis Axel just got the easy win. Congratulations on to him being the new Intercontinental Champion and whatever. So I knew that Curtis Axel was going to win anyway. And I don't know what's next for C-Car. I don't know what's the future's going to be for him, but we'll see what happens. That's all I got to say.
SBX?
I agree with Lorenzo on Sin Cara. He's beginning to be a real childish jobber. I just think he needs to have his momentum like he did when he was wrestling in Mexico. But the match with him and Kurt Axel, aka Mike McGillicuddy, had its disadvantage. I mean, to me, it was whatever, because that was such the easiest thing that was ever been brought to him. Because since he won the Intercontinental Championship belt, they decided to take it easy on him. So, in other words, they just, holding his hand and whatever to make sure he doesn't lose the Intercontinental Championship like a fucking baby. So, yeah, I mean, it's whatever. Fuck that match. Kiss my ass.
Double C?
I didn't like this match, really. It was just to make Curtis Axel be on the card and get another victory. And it was great seeing Sin Cara again, but it kind of makes me wish we could see him more, because he was like so great whenever he was wrestling in Mexico, and now he just gets treated like shit. And it kind of sucks, but you can't really do anything about it. It's the way Vince is, and I really didn't care about this match.
Yeah. As for me, I didn't care about this match. I'm really upset how Sin Cara keeps on botching. You can't blame him because WWE screws him a lot. I really think he was better in Mexico. I mean, I think he could be a replacement of Rey Mysterio, but I mean, it's just I don't know. I think Sin Cara should just they just give him a big push, but the guy doesn't even talk. He doesn't even talk English, so and he botches all his moves. So I don't know. I think the match was pointless. Curtis Axel, I'm glad that he's champion. He just needs to work on that mic skill. But yeah. Next up, CM Punk defeats Alberto Del Rio via countout. Afterwards, Dolph Ziggler attacked Del Rio, and then Brock Lesnar surprisingly comes out and attacks Punk. Flow.
What I really thought about the match between CM Punk and Alberto Del Rio, well, he was Alberto Del Rio now officially back to his heel stuff, and now basically walking out the match, taking his champion and leaving, and just when he's about to leave the arena, that's when Dolph Ziggler came out of nowhere attacking him, and that's when the rematch clause comes in. And then surprisingly, shockingly, Brock Lesnar comes out. And then when he comes right into the ring, grabs the microphone just before he's just about to say a word, drops the microphone, and F5 Punk. And I mean, wow, that's a shocking right there. CM Punk is the best in the world, but he's in Brock's world now. And now that's going to be a match between him and Brock Lesnar. Hopefully it's at Money in the Bank or at SummerSlam. I don't know, whatever they make the match or something like that, I'm definitely want to see it. That's what I got to say.
Yeah, SBX, what do you think of all this?
Wow. Well, the match between CM Punk and Del Rio was pretty decent. But, CM Punk won the match, of course, since it was a count out. But Dolph Ziggler came and just ambushed the hell out of Del Rio, and, they really got at it. Then, after that, Brock Lesnar came into play, and I'm thinking, well, that's going to be his new target for Money in the Bank, I guess. Because, when it comes to Brock Lesnar, he'll always pick on anybody. Don't matter. It's like, if you go to jail, and you're sharing a cell with this dangerous inmate, and he's going to attack you for no reason, Brock Lesnar is like the prime example of dangerous. So when he came up to CM Punk and picked up the microphone, then when he looked like he was about to speak, he dropped it and then did the F5 on CM Punk, throw him like a sack of potatoes, and walked off. And to me, I'm like, I knew that was going to happen. So to me, Brock Lesnar is very, very predictable on what he's about to do. He's like a predator who's ready to attack. He's like a fucking lion, attacking and prey.
Yeah, Double C, what do you think of all this?
I really wasn't looking forward to the Alberto Del Rio and CM Punk match the entire night. I just didn't really want to see it. I didn't have any interest towards the match because we've seen it plenty of times before, and I don't know. I just don't think they have chemistry in the ring together, and I thought it was cool seeing Dolph Ziggler come out and just beat the hell out of Alberto Del Rio, and I thought that was just really cool. I can't wait to see how he does as a face, because it'll be his very first time in his career as a face, so I can't wait to see how he does. And as for Brock Lesnar, I was caught off guard by that. I knew that it was going to happen, I just didn't think it was going to evolve that fast. And I thought it was really awesome seeing him, and it was pretty cool. And the F5 looked like perfect. It was the best looking F5 Brock Lesnar's delivered since he returned, in my opinion. And that was pretty cool. I thought it was a pretty good segment.
All right. As for me, CM Punk versus Alberto Del Rio, decent match, but I really hate how Del Rio just, he takes his title and he leaves. Really liked how Dolph Ziggler just attacked him. And then I loved Brock Lesnar came out and, just stared CM Punk down, was about to say something. And then, he just F5s and said, we all know that, Dolph Ziggler is probably a face now. CM Punk's a face. Alberto Del Rio's a heel. Brock Lesnar a heel as always. He's a beast. It really brings up a lot of questions because, I can guarantee you, next week on Raw, CM Punk will probably start blaming Heyman for, oh, you sent Brock Lesnar attacking me, didn't you? Something like that. But I really want to see two Paul Heyman guys go at it. I'm with Flo, I really want to see these two guys at the pay-per-view really go at it. It'd be good because Brock Lesnar's a beast, and CM Punk says he's the best in the world, and even though he might be, but he's never gone anyone against Brock Lesnar, like someone so big like him, Flo?
Yep.
So just saying. But as far as Dolph Ziggler, I really hope they give him a rematch at the pay-per-view. I really hope he wins it back. Del Rio had his time to shine. Now it's time for Dolph Ziggler to shine as a face. That's my opinion.
Yep.
So yeah, that concludes Monday Night Raw. That's how it ended. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe to these guys. Make sure to subscribe and like and comment and follow us on Twitter at Wrestling Superfans. You guys can send us a tweet. You guys can comment below. Let us know. Share it with your friends. Really hope you liked it. This concludes our Monday Night Raw. And so stay tuned for another video that we'll be talking about very soon about why John Cena will never turn heel. That will just be discussed probably tomorrow. So thank you for joining us. Peace out.